Gulls Field as we welcome you in to Beyond the Bases, presented by Donna, Purcell, QC Law in Sylvan Lake, Red Deer, Calgary, and Edmonton. What a night for the Gulls.
A great night, absolutely. I think anytime you have where the weather maybe isn't on your side, but the baseball is, it always makes it a little easier to swallow.
You had a chat with our player of the game, Noah Bourgeois, who talked a little bit about the weather and the effects that has on pitchers, but also the fielders and the hitters in this game.
Well, and one of the big things that I took away from that conversation with Noah was just that he recognized that it's not just the Gulls that are going through that, right? Fort McMurray is also going through that. And anytime you're in a weather situation, everybody is feeling it, whether you're a player, coach, everybody has to adjust, right? So it's not like you're at a disadvantage any more or any less than anybody else is. So they played to the elements, and they got the win this evening.
It was our first look at the Fort McMurray Giants this season. They'll play again on Wednesday night. The highlights are here, and it was a slower than usual start for your Sylvan Lake Gulls, but then things got rolling.
They absolutely did. The bats were working again, and this is a theme that we've seen. Some great shots there. Tylen Graves gets it out there. A little bit of an error in the outfield. Drives in a couple of runs there. And that's where things really started to gain some momentum for the Gulls.
Yeah, the Sylvan Lake Gulls have been playing a really good brand of baseball, and we're going to get a chance to chat with the general manager of this club, Jason Chatwood, in just a moment. It looks like these Gulls, which obviously some new faces, Jared, in the lineup, but some old veterans are really starting to play to that brand that Jason Chatwood, put forward so many years ago.
Well, absolutely, and Fort McMurray here getting a little bit late, but too little too late, unfortunately, for the Giants. Good news for the Gulls. But as we've talked about, this team is really starting to come together, and we're seeing the success. We're seeing the bats continuing to do what they do. The pitching is really coming along. And the thing that we're not seeing from the Gulls that they've really improved upon is the errors. They're really eliminating those from their game, and it's leading to some victories, especially here at Gulls Field.
Nice to see our Aussie hit one deep, Charlie Collins with a long shot, and it's the Trucker score, a big 10-4 for your Sylvan Lake Gulls as we welcome in the general manager out of uniform for the first time this season. This is Jason Chatwood. Welcome to Beyond the Bases.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you. I'll start. Jason, we are so used to in this market seeing you in uniform. This year you've taken a different role for different reasons, but still part of this club, and you've put together this team. Do you like what you see so far as we go 8-6 to start our season?
Yeah, I really like it. I think that it's like that whole feeling out process for the guys, them getting comfortable, getting used to host families, Sylvan Lake, the whole environment, some of them with the weather, obviously. So I think you can see, especially over this last week, the more comfortable that they get, the more performance that we're seeing, and getting used to the coaching staff and kind of the whole organization. So yeah, so far I think it's been kind of where we were expecting them, and just slowly keep building off the little things. But yeah, really, really happy with kind of the compete level and everything so far from the guys.
How hard is that a transition, Jason? You mentioned like guys coming in and getting used to everything. You've been with the organization from the very beginning, but that transition for players to come up, get used to everything, billets, everything in such a short period of time as well, because they get here and it's right to baseball. There's not a whole lot of that transition time to really get to know your teammates, get to know things. You're right in it right away.
Yeah, like you don't really have that training camp, like compared to hockey or other sports, where you kind of get that couple weeks to 10 days and the exhibition schedule. So it's kind of like they show up and it's like the games matter right off the bat. And sometimes we have guys, still we had guys arriving last week where, you're flying in and then you're just trying to balance their playing time. And I think Matt and Wyatt and Andrew have done a really good job with kind of getting guys comfortable and managing playing time and kind of getting a feel for guys. But yeah, it's usually kind of like that mid-June guiding into July. I think you see the more comfort. A couple road trips are always nice just to kind of get away from Sylvan and just kind of focus on baseball. And I think you'll see nice little homestand here, and then the Sask trip will be good. You get to see the East, and little different experience for some of these guys in a different part of the country that a lot of haven't got to see yet.
Yeah, you've been a part of that road trip over the years, and some of the players and the coaching staff, your former assistant coaches, have said that's when this team really starts to gel and learn about each other. Talk a little bit about that, and remember, the people watching, maybe moms, dads, parents from a place they may never actually get to attend or see Sylvan Lake. So explain where you're going, what Saskatchewan is, and why that road trip through our Prairie Province neighbor is so unique.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of very like baseball focused. Like some some of the venues, it's just like a little bit smaller communities at times, and it's just like different atmosphere. But it's great. It's like baseball focused, very good competition. I think we've got Swift Current, I have to check, Moose Jaw, Medicine Hat. So same thing, all competitive teams. It's going to be a tough swing for us, but I think sometimes it's nice just to kind of get away from the, get away from home and just get to know each other a little bit better and get rooming with some of the guys and get on the bus. So it'll be a good experience for them. Usually it's a trip where some of them, like I said, it's a place they've never got to experience before. And the fans over there are very, very passionate, some of those smaller communities especially. So lots of support. So it'd be good for our guys to go see different competition, but also exciting for them to kind of appreciate also kind of the environment that they get to play in front of every day too.
Love that. Last one from you, Jared.
Yeah, and just talking about the league, when you talk about all these good teams that you're going up against on the road, it seems right now in the WCBL, when you take a look at the standings here, I mean, we had the Brooks Bombers in here, and right now, taking a look at the power rankings, they're 2-8, but you talk to the players and they say this is not a 2-8 ball club. And it just speaks to, I think, the strength of this league continues to grow and get better each and every year. So when you're a Gulls team that is 6-4, when we look at the power rankings here as of June 15th, we're used to seeing larger numbers, maybe in that, 7-3 or 8-2 mark, but off to a bit of a slower start. But I think that speaks probably more to the parity in the league as opposed to the ball club, because this is a very good baseball league.
Yeah, it is, right? And I think that's one thing too. You hear lots of teams say it, like if you don't show up and you're not ready to play, anyone can win on every given night. And lots of depth, lots of experience with a lot of players. And I think too, probably a couple games that I would say, if you were to ask our players, couple games they'd probably like to have back, or maybe a couple late inning losses that they feel like we could have had, but there's probably going to be, in a 56 game schedule, we're probably going to win a couple games that maybe we sneak out and maybe don't deserve to win. So I find it usually it'll balance itself out kind of at the end. But yeah, I think it's, like I said, it's great for the league, tons of parity, battle tested. And I think it's like even tonight, like you get kind of, you don't know, you're up and Fort Mac gets a few things going and you just kind of wait, and Stewie, I think, did a good job at the end there, kind of shutting things down. But yeah, it's exciting. Like I said, and for fans too, right? Every night get to see some different teams and different level competitions. So it's good baseball. And I think even some of those teams, you cannot take anyone for granted, regardless of what their record is.
The general manager of your Sylvan Lake Gulls is Jason Chatwood. Must be tough to be a fan and not be in uniform some nights.
Yeah, it's just different. I think it's just an adjustment process, like I said.
But it's great to see you with your boys, and no doubt enjoying some family time when you don't have to take these long prairie road trips.
Yeah. There's definitely some of the perks, and like I said, loving to get to do what I do as far as coaching my boys and being around that and that stuff, and obviously. Still being heavily involved. Obviously, you miss being around the boys all the time, but it's definitely nice to still be a huge part of it.
Well, listen, thanks for joining us up in the broadcast booth, and thanks for being a part of the behind-the-scenes component that you might have missed when you were in uniform all those years.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Awesome. Thanks for having me.
There you go. Jason Chatwood, who's the general manager of your Sylvan Lake Gulls. Another home win, and we'll do it again tomorrow, Wally.
Absolutely. We're going to do this one more time against Fort McMurray. They're here, the Gulls looking to make it 4 in a row, and we're going to look to do it here, and hopefully, we have a little bit warmer climate for this one.
There is rain in the forecast, Jared, to start this game, but I don't think the cool weather. Boy, did we see some wonderful plays in the field and some real good at-bats by your Sylvan Lake Gulls.
Absolutely. The cold weather didn't deter their great performance, and this one was cool in the air, but it was hot on the field.
Yeah, a little bit of a rivalry might be shaping up. If you're not from the area, Fort McMurray is north of Sylvan Lake. These two teams are neighbors, so to speak, and we'll see them again on Wednesday to see if the Fort McMurray Giants can battle back.
Well, we'll see. We'll be here, and we're looking forward to another Gulls victory.
On behalf of Donna Purcell QC Law, our sponsor, and Jared Waldo, I'm Joe Whitbread on Beyond the Bases with your Sylvan Lake Gulls.